Hello guys, this is Martin and welcome back to another video. So I had a few requests where people asked me, hey, can you do a little video around how to generate a Burp extension with ChatGPT and how to make it work and all these kind of things. So what I've done basically is I created a bot, which I called the Burp extension bot, which has a specific system prompt geared towards extension creation for Burp Suite. And you can do this with regular ChatGPT as well and things like this, but I put it into the description so you can use it as well if you like. And then basically, there's a lot of, obviously there's a lot of functionality in Burp and stuff, but you may come up with this edge case, like you want to look for something specific. And I always heavily use the search functionality to find certain things. And one of these things I tried out is, for example, I always want to look for SSRF or open redirects, right? And so there's a couple of criteria for this. So first of all, I said here, like this is my command basically, create an extension in Python, so Python, which is the Burp equivalent, which will scan the HTTP history, right? Like, so whenever you browse around, HTTP history will be scanned for any occurrences of equals HTTP. And now why I'm using equals HTTP is because this is usually a parameter and then it's followed by equals HTTP. So I could have put HTTPS, but I would potentially miss like legacy HTTP only stuff. I could use a regular expression and things like this, but just for the, like people always ask me, hey, how do you actually always find these SSRFs and things like this in pen tests? And I said like, well, I don't really care what the parameter is called, like whether that's called URL or redirect or RURL or whatever. I don't really care what's in front of the equal sign. What I care is that there's an equal sign and then it's HTTP. I could refine this also with a slash, with double slashes, like for internal calls and things like this, but I want to keep it simple for this video. And I want specifically to see that in the request body, right? Like I don't want to see this in the header necessarily. So yes, there's also like through headers, you can also have SSRF and stuff, and there's Burp Labs for that. But what I find in the real world often is when it's in the body and when it's like user controllable, right? And then these occurrences shall be surfaced in the dashboard, basically, right? And then it goes like, all right, so let's do this, right? And then it does blah 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 and things like this. So I don't really care about any of this. I care about the code, right? And then you just take the code. So this is the full Burp extension code in Python. So all you need to do is you copy it and then you save it locally and call it 1.py, for example, right? And that's it. And then it even gives you, like, for example, here suggestions like this. You could do this better with a regular expression. That's what I've just said earlier. And then bonus ideas. So I don't like keywords like URL because some people may write it in lowercase, other people will have underscores in there and stuff like that. So I really focus on the equal sign and stuff. But yes, there's room for improvement, right? Like definitely. And then you just save this file. So I called it 1.py. Then you load it into your Burp in your Burp. So I'm going to show you this real quick. So you just come over here, you go to your extensions, and then I've just loaded it. You just say add, right? Like add, and then you pick the folder where this Python file resides in, and there you go. Then it loads it. So if it loads without error, there's no problem. And then what I've done is I was simply browsing around, one of these. This probably timed out now, most likely, or maybe not. Let's see. So let's try this again. So this is one of the basic SSRF labs. No, it's still live, actually, cool. So you come back to Burp and, excuse me, and then you will see here in the dashboard, it actually says here, potentially hard-coded URL, right? And this is exactly what I wanted it to do, basically. So this was generated by the Burp extension request body scanner, which is the one I just created, right? And it basically, it shows you the request, and the request obviously has like this API, stock API. See, it's not called URL here, but equals HTTP. It starts with equals HTTP. This is why it picked up on it, right? And this is as basic or as easy as it gets to write your own Burp extensions with ChatGPT or any other large language model, right? It doesn't have to be ChatGPT necessarily, but I really like it. And I have done numerous ones. You know this yourself. Everyone has their own testing methodologies, and you over time, when you do bug hunting or pen testing, you know what to look for, or what sort of stuff you want to filter out, and then just put this into a one-liner and create an extension for it, because then it will flag you those kind of things. And yes, there is a lot of those Burp plugins and extensions out there, and you can use those and things like this. It's just for edge use cases, for example, or where you want to improve your own workflow. This is really where this becomes or gets super useful. And that's all I wanted to show you today. So I had a lot of requests for this, so I hope this helps. And I will put the bot link in the description as well, so you can use it and then you can start playing around with it. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.